Hello and welcome to the next episode of the Hypnotic Bedtime story. Please relax, take a deep breath in, close your eyes if you feel comfortable doing so, or if you would like, you can just watch what's going on in the wall behind me. In the last episode, if you do remember, you were floating alone in the middle of the darkness. In the middle of the darkness where there was no light, there was no up or down, here or there. Time was standing still for you, or was it moving very quickly? And there you are, for an instant or an eternity, floating in nothing. Floating in nothing with nothing to see until you do see something, and the something you do see is a very, very tiny pinpoint of light. A tiny pinpoint of light, far, far away off in the distance. Or is it just a tiny pinpoint of light close to you? You reach up your hand to reach out to it to see if it's close or far away. And the funny thing you notice is there is no hand. Is it too dark to see the hand? You move the hand between yourself and the pinpoint of light, and you notice the light does not change, it does not disappear, it just stays one constant light. And this is when you realize you no longer have a body. You are just empty space, resting your attention upon a pinpoint of light. The pinpoint multiplies and turns into two. Two that move slowly away from each other, then 2 to 3, 3 to 6, 6 to 12, 12 to 25, and 25, and now you're getting too many to count. And you are floating now amongst stars, stars where mist and fog and colors appear, and the universe is beautiful as you float in it without a body, because you are a disembodied consciousness that has become part of every light and part of this entire universe all at the same time. You still have no up or down or here or there. And these specks and swirls of color, these clouds of things that are beautiful, become you, become your consciousness and a part of who you are. And you feel beautiful and free. You feel still, completely still inside if you had an inside, but you don't. Just still with all that is, constant and unchanging forever. You feel constant and unchanging forever for a short time that feels like a long time, or maybe for a very long time that feels like a short time because you are not sure. But you don't care, because you are enjoying yourself too much in this wonderful place. And in this wonderful place, you rest. You rest and do not breathe, even though you might be slightly aware that there is a part of you in another place in time that is breathing, but this isn't you. You are perfectly still and resting. Then, as you are perfectly still and resting and looking at these stars that are also very, very far away, you think, you realize they are not so very, very far away at all. They begin to dim and lose some of their brilliance and luster, and you soon begin to feel as if all of these stars and clouds and specks and swirls of color are really imaginary. All they really are is the specks and swirls of color that you see when you pay attention to what you see when you close your eyes and look at what you see on the backs of your closed eyelids. This universe that is you, that is perfectly still, feels smaller and smaller, and you do seem to feel as if you do have a body, but it is a body that cannot move. Your body is completely still, completely still, and it cannot move because it is encased in something that feels cold. Cold like perhaps heavy, wet cement would feel cold and impossible to move in. You no longer can bring your hand up to wave it in front of your eyes because you realize that hand was all your imagination and your real hand is stuck. Your entire body stuck, buried, and completely still. And you can breathe. You start breathing deeply and evenly, slowly and softly, and as you breathe, it makes more and more room around you. You wiggle your fingers on your right hand, making more and more room around your right hand than your left, giving that a wiggle too. And you realize you could really move. You could really move if you wanted to, but for right now, it's a little bit more fun to just be stuck and dig your way out a little bit at a time. So you move your hand more and more and then move your forearm, moving your other forearm and your upper arms, wiggling your legs, breathing deeply and slowly, wiggling around and making more room for your torso in the darkness. Then you dig and dig and dig with your hands until your right hand digs up far enough to break through. Break through something that feels like you're breaking through above ground. Your other hand and the rest of your body is wiggling up now, digging your own way out of this shallow grave that you're not sure how you found yourself in. Digging out of this shallow grave, soon your face becomes uncovered, and you are able to see you are in a very dark place that is dimly glowing as your eyes adjust to something glowing that's glowing brighter now. And you see many different things around you, all glowing in different colors. You see mushrooms and caterpillars, slugs and snails, little bugs crawling around, and crystals that glow pink, blue, and maybe white as well. This place is alive with little mushrooms, funguses, and other creepy crawly things. And you think maybe you'd like to crawl back into the hole, but it was scarier down there, and what you see around you seems quite friendly. So you climb above a little bit, and then try to stand up, but bump your back on the ceiling of this little cave. Peering off into the darkness, you see these glowing things. These glowing things are going on as far as the eye can see, but you're very limited on how much you can stand up, not much more than being on your hands and knees. And this place is strange to you and you would like to leave, so you begin to dig at the soft earth of the ceiling above you. And as you dig at the soft earth of the ceiling above you, you feel something that could be a stone, perhaps a stone or something else. It's very oddly shaped, and you dig at it as you dig up. Maybe a very large stone. Eventually it falls down out of the ceiling in front of you, and you see a very, very large cat's skull. You have your suspicions, but you are not sure. You think perhaps this very large cat's skull could be the skull of your old friend Callie. Digging up further, you are grateful you don't run into any other bones. As you dig up further, your fingers begin scraping on concrete, and you do wonder, is this the cement that is underneath the stone that I put over top of my old friend Callie? Given that you think it might be, you dig off to the side until you find a stone that is smaller and easier to move. You are able to push it up and out of the way. And as you push it up and out of the way, you are able to climb up beside the stone that is the stone that you placed on top of your old friend Callie. But one thing about the stone that has changed is the stone is much larger than it was before. As you look around it, you realize you have become very small. And one of the things that is a problem with being very small, and it being nighttime out as it is right now, the trouble with being small here right now is what happened to Callie could happen to you, because this is where the fox comes at night. Months ago, a mistake was made and a cat got outside during the nighttime when the fox came to hunt. You knew the fox was back there. You'd heard it for a long time. The fox makes some very, very distinctive sounds. This fox you could hear, this fox you could hear now, because now far off in the distance you could hear it coming to hunt, was making some horrible sounds, and you were happy they were very far away. You also were hoping against hope, hoping with all your heart that you had left your back door open. You climb up out of the well and run towards your house. You are running towards your house as fast as you can, but your little legs don't move very quickly and aren't carrying you very far. And as you run towards the house, the sound of the fox coming up behind you is getting louder and louder. As you run and run, tripping over sticks and stones and other obstacles that were nothing to you before, running towards your house, running as fast as you can, which isn't very fast, as the sound of the fox gets louder and louder, louder and louder and louder still, until you are sure the fox is very much behind you. The fox is close enough to eat you now. As you run into the house, up you go and into the house and run through the living room and down the hall to the bedroom. And as you are running through the living room and down the hall and into your bedroom, the sound of the fox gets further and further away, and you are so very relieved that perhaps the fox won't come in the house. You are feeling quite afraid and want somewhere small and safe to hide, so you do run under your bed, and under your bed where you find your cat. Your cat is hiding under the bed, but this is not the cat that has gone before. This is your cat that is alive and well now. You say hello to your cat who is alive and well now, feeling a little bit nervous and just hoping that your cat recognizes you as a friend and not a snack. The cat does not seem to see or notice you, so you sit down under your bed for a time and catch your breath. Relax and enjoy a little time just to be still and try to figure out what the heck is going on here. As you sit there, relaxing, being still, spending some time with your cat that is still alive, and wondering what the heck is going on, you notice your cat has something else to pay attention to, something that is not you. The cat is watching the dust bunnies that are under your bed. The cat is staring at them quite intensely, and you notice as you watch the dust bunnies that are in front of your cat under the bed that they are starting to move. They are starting to move and swirl around, rolling over, as if maybe they are conscious and alive, because there is no wind or breeze under this bed. One dust bunny that seems to be tired of entertaining your cat stops tumbling and rolling and starts creeping towards you. It's creeping towards you in the darkness, And as it gets closer, very dimly, you see it might sparkle and glow, as if maybe it's alive. Maybe it is alive and conscious, sending signals down dust synapses, thinking of what you are and what to do with you next. You don't like this very much either, so you come out from under your bed and you climb up your bed sheets and blankets and bedclothes to climb up on top of your bed. And up on top of your bed, you see there you are, in your bed, at your normal size, sleeping in your bed, breathing in and out, slowly and steady, breathing the way someone would breathe if they were very, very deeply asleep. You tiptoe around yourself to come and see your face, and yes, this is you, breathing the way someone would breathe if they were very deeply and soundly asleep. And this is when you realize that you are not dreaming. You are a dream. You are a dream that has become trapped outside yourself, and you wonder how you're going to get back inside. And as you wonder how you're going to get back inside, you realize you may have to wait to find out how to get back inside your dream that is an inside dream instead of being awake in a dream that is an outside dream. But you'll have to wait to find out, because this is the end of the episode, and in the next episode you are going to find out how you will get inside yourself and make everything normal and okay again. But for now, perhaps it's time for you to go to bed and have a nice sleep. So I'm going to wish you a good night and sweet dreams until next time. Bye-bye for now.